All right, welcome back to another episode of the Top of Off Cricket Podcast. I am your host, Kevin Henry, and with me, I got my boy Walter and Sammy got light. In case y'all don't guess, Sammy in the car, or in up on the veranda with the hoodie with a solar light.
Yes, sir.
So yes, we back, right? Sammy back. We a little bit more comfortable. Blessings for that, right?
Yeah. But before they continue though, fellas, it's still rough. In fact, the stories coming out of Western Jamaica are very, very gloomy.
Yeah.
Very gloomy. And depressing to an extent. In fact, not having power for the last few days, I don't think it hasn't allowed me to really see all the images coming out there. Yeah, so I haven't been watching the evening news or anything like that. Haven't even been following up. I normally follow nationwide here in Jamaica, haven't. So in a way, I've been isolated from the images, but
yeah.
Today I got a better sense of
what's
happening, and it is not pretty. Black River is one of the places you probably saw images of Black River.
Yeah, I've seen lots of it. I spent a lot of time today going over images of Black River, and it's not a pretty sight.
And this is something to note. Black River, as far as I recall, I stand corrected if I'm wrong here, but as far as I recall, historically, Black River had electricity and potable water before New York. Let that sink in. Yeah.
Imagine that.
And in fact, Jamaica had a railway, the first country in the Western Hemisphere to have a railway system.
Well, let's hope Uncle Andrew do what he's supposed to do. Get the services back in place,
He's gonna need a lot of help. One of the good things though is that in terms of our debt, the country's debt has been brought down considerably. So they have some, give some room.
Yeah, some
but
wiggle
of course, you're still gonna need international aid and so on to get things moving. But
I hope
first and yeah.
I hope the other Caribbean countries come on and really help, and we are not, distracted by the other stuff that is going on in the Southern Caribbean too. So
yeah,
that's another thing.
Yeah, the Guyana Civil Defense Commission has already pledged support, so they will be coming in, and of course, the Guyana Defense Force.
Yeah,
always. Yeah. In fact, a couple of years back, when they were doing their independence celebrations here, Guyanese paratroopers landed in the Jamaica Stadium with precision. And one of the symbolic things they did was to bring a Jamaican flag. And so that's showing you that in the event that, you can't utilize your airport facilities, that our boys can paratroop in because they've been well trained.
I mean, and you're the second person this week, because I had a colleague from St. Vincent that told me that the Guyanese soldiers would go. They helped in the hurricane that and they helped in the hurricane and the volcano when they had the volcanic eruption, and they did the same thing in terms of the paratroopers landed, and it was a big excitement in the place. So and sometimes as Guyanese we don't appreciate our GDF, but they're very good at what they do.
They do
with the limited resources that we have, and that's an example. So we as a Caribbean people, I think this is a time for us to really come together and support not only Jamaica but Haiti and possible Bahamas and places like the Turks and Caicos.
Yeah, the Turks and Caicos. All those people have been affected. It's going to be a long road ahead for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And Cuba, we keep forgetting.
Cuba. Yeah, I haven't heard. I haven't seen anything out of Cuba. Boy.
Yeah.
But by the time it got there,
I
it
think
would
a
have
lot of
dropped,
that
I
is,
think,
is
a
kind of
screen.
might be kind of be deliberate, but it is what it is. Let's hope the Cubans are battling and keeping their heads down. Anyways, fellas, T20 series wrapped up today. As some people would say, West Indies are back. West Indies are back. But 3-0 sweep. There's some good little things that came out of this T20 series. And you guys would have heard me talk a lot about Akeem Auguste and his abilities, his potential, the talent that's there, right? And I think he gave us a broader or a bigger look at what's in store if he's taken care of properly, right? Because I know there's the rush because of the current state of West Indies cricket and our batting is fragile at best. We when we see something good, we shove it in and say, look, you put it in the fire. But I think we got to take a little bit of care with these young men and understand that, their development does not look like the development of the Australians. It does not look like the development of the English and New Zealanders, right? So there's a little bit more care that has to be applied here. And I thought he gave us a really good glimpse today of what he's capable of. The other thing that has been pleasing is over the last couple of games is the bowling of Romario Shepherd, which today resulted in him taking a hat trick. And I'm one of the biggest critics of Sheppy because I think he's better than what he gives us, right? But Walter, did you get a look at the innings today? I don't know what your day entailed.
I looked at the I didn't look at the bowling, but I was able to see the batting, and I was pretty I'm pretty impressed. Starting with Mr. Django. As we discussed earlier, Mr. Atenes was a little too aggressive, but I'm happy overall as it relates to the batting. It was not the usual suspects that made runs. It's Amir Django, Royston Chase, and Akeem Auguste, right? And Royston Chase is a senior pro, but in T20s he hasn't really lit it up as we would say, right? T20 eyes, even though he has played 4 to 5 matches and batted 3 to 4 times. So, but I'm happy to see the others, and started with Mr. Django. He missed a straighter one from Rashad, but he looked decent. Royston Chase is Royston Chase. He can bat. And your boy, I must admit, I am very skeptical with having these young players play, but it looks like he is. You see, when we are debuting players, we cannot debut players against the Australians and the Indians if we can avoid it, unless it's somebody generational talent, and even then, right? So I think that and also with Akeem Auguste, I think what he benefited from is that he spent a lot of time in the academy setup, right? He played a lot of cricket in the academy setup, and I think that a lot of our players should stay there, and I hope that the academy keeps going, and as I said, I hope they have their satellite sessions around satellite similar stuff around the Caribbean. But I think that, yeah, and I think Akeem benefited from being in that setup, and we can see it. So you saw something about him. I didn't see it yet, but today I was actually seeing the fact that the young man can bat.
He can.
He can bat.
And but
He can bat. He can bat.
what is impressive, or what was impressive, and I saw it against I saw it,
Nepal.
no, I'm not talking about Nepal. I saw it when he played against the Sri Lanka A
Oh.
a few months ago, right?
Oh, I didn't.
His ability to come down the track to the spinners.
Spinners, yeah, you can bat spin.
Positive footwork. Let's start there. Positive footwork, right? He's always coming to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He's not one of those that are hanging back and hope he gets a button ball. If you give it a little bit of air, he's going to be positive. He's going to look to drive, whether onside, offside, or he's going to look to take you over mid-wicket, like he did today with Rashad Hussain. Right? Not I right now, current. I don't think of I can't remember too many batsmen in the West Indies right now who have that capability. Right? And what I'm looking forward to is come the West Indies first class season. I ain't talking about the Super 50 because I doubt he'll be around for the Super 50 based on West Indies schedule right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm looking forward to when the 4 days starts next year, and he'll probably turn out for the Windward Islands more than likely. Right? Looking forward to see how he goes.
Yeah.
I want to see him put up big scores.
And even if he feels, I hope they play him. Let him play the entire season.
He's a young man. Sam, you look like you're churning.
Shucks. Well, you read everybody, boy. Yeah.
The man making some ice cream there, boy.
All right. Here is a point, and you guys can correct me here if I'm way off, right? But to me, match number 1 and match number 3 are the matches to be proud about, right? And one of the things I'm looking at is this one was what, 152 for 5? Right?
There was a cluster at the end. They lost 2 or 3 wickets at the end. Fine.
And I remember coming down to the end in a T20, you're trying to put as much runs on the board. So you get that, right? And then for match number 1, it was 165 for 3. Right? And second match was what? We lost like 9 wickets.
Yeah,
149 for 9, right?
For 43 runs or something like that.
Yeah, 149 for 9. Anyway, it comes back to something we often say. Don't leave it to the tail. You or the people in the top order, finish the job.
Never leave it for the next man.
Right? Yeah, don't leave it for the next man. You try and get this thing done. And granted, today we lost 5 wickets, but at the same time, it's still a good look for me. So I'm celebrating that. I'm happy about that.
Chase got a low one, one that didn't get to by the way.
There's not a lot that you can do about that one.
Still got man of the match.
Yeah, I
mean 1 wicket. Yeah.
I was the only if there was anything if I had a complaint about Akeem Auguste today was he didn't see it through to the end. Right? I think he fell with 9 runs left or something of the sort. The shot that he played, I didn't think it was necessary at that juncture. Right? It kind of reminded me of Akil Hussain in that second one-day match where he kept trying to go leg side or trying to go over to his off stump to go leg side, and
And you could you would have watched it or listened. I watched the piece, listened to a piece. So like for example, when Sheppy got his hat trick, I don't think he realized it apparently.
No, he didn't.
He didn't know what's going on.
Because it was truncated by wicket after the last ball of his previous over, came back and bang bang. Right? So in his mind, I guess he was so focused on the game, right?
Which is a good look.
Which is a good look indeed. He's locked in, as the young people say today, right?
Yeah, he got one in the 17th over.
Yeah.
So there's a long between,
and then if it's first and second ball of the 20th over.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the other thing today too, yeah, so having watched the game, Kevy, I don't know what you saw in terms of them on the field, if there was greater confidence, because to wrap up this match with 16 overs and 5 balls.
So
over 9 runs, a little over 9 runs and over.
Yeah, to begin with, they dropped a couple of catches, right? And this whole tour, the catching has been disastrous.
This whole year, actually.
Well, yeah. I'm sitting there, I'm watching, and I'm thinking, I would love to get a number of catches that we've dropped, combined all matches, test match, ODIs, T20s, right? I'm sure Darren Sammy and company have they have that kind of stat.
The stats, yeah.
Right? But catches win matches, and throughout it all, when you don't hold your catches, it at some point in time it comes back and bites you in the ass. Today we got off. Last game we got off. First match we got off, right? But the players generally, even though there were changes today within the lineup, right? The way how they approached the game was still very positive, even though it was what for all intents and purposes a dead rubber, right? It was very positive because they could have gone out there and been like, okay, we won already.
Remember, fellas, last year when Bangladesh came here, they won the ODIs.
No, they won
the T20 sweep. The T20, sorry, the T20,
T20.
sorry. And then we won the ODIs 3-0. So your favorite coach in the world said that since they won the ODI series, he's looking out. He's working towards us. Not his words exactly. But yes, we're supposed to win the T20 T20Is. So yeah, man. Don't let that rubber three sweep, bruise out.
But we gotta give captain coach and his team respect, right? We cuss them when they're bad, and what as I said,
you got to give kudos when where it's due.
Yeah. We got to do though. We might make a joke and call the captain coach and everything. Director, but I mean, you can see that the whatever Sammy is saying, these young men are buying into it.
I'll tell you what.
The other thing too is acclimatization,
Yeah.
And this is not only about Bangladesh, this is about being in that region now.
Yeah. For the past 2 months and change.
Yeah, and we've been talking about that all the time,
But going back to West Indies cricket, if you go back to early 2000s and maybe even in the 90s, I can recall it's like, and the back end West Indies always step up, If they had a bad, start or what have you, they pull it back a little bit. Even if they don't win, you see some improvement in performances. So
we are notorious slow starters.
Yeah.
Right? We have been in the last 20, 30 years, it's something I can't figure out. I don't know if that's a conversation, right?
Yeah.
Amongst the coaches and throughout the region.
So,
yeah.
So the psychologist again comes in to try to get them over the hump.
Right. So we've got to figure it out, because if you look last year when we went, let me go far back as Australia. We went to Australia, the first match, we were atrocious. We played well, right? But we were atrocious. Second match, we batted well, especially in the first innings. The general performance looked better. We went to England. Once again, we were unprepared. And we started really, really slowly. We looked like we were still in our sleeping pants. You understand me? We looked like we just got up and trying to get a boo-boo out we eye, And it's the same thing. Tour after tour after tour, we are starting notoriously slow, because I think it has something to do with our lack of proper preparation. Right? And that thing now, it becomes habit forming. Okay, you're not necessarily you're trying to start slowly, but it's just what it has become, right? And that kind of habit seeps into the team. New members come into the team and they just fall right in. So I'm hoping that that's part of the conversation going forward, especially where the test matches are concerned, right? The one day cricket, T20 cricket, I really don't mind too much. But when it comes to the pinnacle, test cricket, I want to see us coming out the gates.
And at least that as it relates to New Zealand, where we really don't win even when we had the greats.
Yeah.
At least we'll be there for a while. We'll play in one days T20s and then I think tests. So that should be good. That should get us acclimatized, and I hope that a lot of the players that are there to play. Well, yeah, most of them will. Most of them will be there.
Question, guys. It's interesting to, in a way, I don't know how much planning went into it, but being in that part of the world and then moving on to New Zealand, that might actually be a good thing. So in other words, it is easier for them to adjust than if you're flying all the way from the West Indies to go and play cricket out in New Zealand. But here is something to consider. We know because of cost, concerns, and so on, we are not able to have our players play 2 tour matches and what have you out, down under, right? But if before we leave the Caribbean, if our guys can adjust their sleeping time, so you have them encamped, when is daylight in Australia, we up training in some indoor facility or something. Right? So before you even get out there, you don't have to worry about all that jet lag because you're simulating it before you leave the West Indies. Right? It's just like astronauts, they simulate being in that enclosed capsule for weeks and all of these things like that to condition the mind, because very often it's mental thing.
The only one of the issues, I should say, because it comes down to player availability.
Yeah, for real.
Guys, everybody got a T20 tournament for playing right now. You understand?
True that.
So you might probably get 3-4 players, and those players might not be your core members of the playing 11. You understand?
Yeah.
So there's a lot. There's so many moving parts with a lot of what's going on with cricket today, and how the game has changed. What's affecting preparation.
Right.
Where West Indies is concerned. And like I continue to say, Cricket West Indies, Darren Sammy and company, they've got to figure it out. Right? You can't keep just putting your hand up and going, oh, we ain't getting no preparation matches and stuff. If it means that we gotta select a West Indies A side, the best of the rest, whatever it is, to get these players a knock in before they go. You understand me? You get a knock in before you go, a 4-day match or whatever the case it might be. Get a knock in. Because you cannot keep showing up. If Australia is not going to do it for you, India is not going to do it for you, you got to do something about it, right? Well, anyways, fellas, we've been beating Romario Shepherd up for quite a while, right? Yeah. Sheppy's we fell up our mission, and it is good to see him coming out and giving his bowling looking a whole lot more thoughtful. Let me say that, right? The way how he's approaching. One thing that impressed me today, I think it was Shoriful Islam that he bowled down, right? I think that's who he got the hat trick off of.
Yeah, Shoriful Islam.
Yes. That full-length Yorker right under the bat. That was something that Shepherd was noted for a few years ago, getting the ball under the bat. And it seems like he's lost his confidence where that is concerned. So when I saw that today, I was so impressed. Because that is the Romario Shepherd that I know. someone who can get the ball under the bat.
And that's why they put him as a dead bowler, because they saw that potential.
Right. That's why West Indies were invested in him bowling at the back end, because he had that ability to get the ball under the bat. But I don't know what happened, and all of a sudden, all these slower balls and off cutters and no, run and get the ball under the bat. It's a hard place to hit the ball from. Very hard place to hit the ball from. Whether you're top order batsman or you're low order batsman, tough place to get the ball from. So that really warmed my heart today when I saw him got the ball up there. And I hope as we go to New Zealand, we get some more of that from him, right? Take the pitch out of the equation. Sometimes you got to, because that's what that was. You took the pitch out of the equation, right? Go get it. Go get it. You got, you can get up to 100 and mid 130s, whatever the case it might be. That challenges batsmen.
Yep.
That's enough pace to challenge batsmen, especially when it's coming under the bats, it's swinging, people looking to get toes out the way. So yeah, great to see him being the second West Indian to pick up a hat trick. Even though he didn't.
After Holder, no?
Yeah, Jason Holder got 4 on the trot a couple of years ago against England. I think they called that a helmet trick or whatever the case it might be, right? I saw Jason Holder interviewing him actually. It's on the Windies. Yes, if you go on the Windies cricket page, Windies an Instagram page, right. Jason Holder did a whole. It was quite nice. It was a nice touch,
Yeah, man, them guys gotta find ways to have fun, and just do things.
And it's careful, as you say, anything over 135 is 83 miles. Anything over it's brisk. It's decent.
It's brisk.
It's decent. You could keep people honest with it. It's okay. He bowls anywhere between 135, 140, 139, 140 sometimes. So that's pretty decent. And there's every now and then he might get a 140, 141. I've never seen him go higher than that. And that's pretty decent.
We called for Sharfin to be rested today. I'll ask y'all a question, right? Come New Zealand next week, y'all think he should sit out on one 2 game more?
I think so too. I think he should. Let him get some time to think. Reason being, that boys know that you're not a shoo-in in this West Indies team.
Yeah.
Because everybody doing up themselves. Because and I'll say something as it relates to that. I am not asking it. If I were Darren Sammy, I would not be asking Hetimai to play for West Indies again. I would. I'm telling you, for me, if no disrespect to Shamron Hetimaya, I disconnected. I would never play him again.
I wouldn't. Shamron would have to come and tell me, I want to play for West Indies. I'm not extending no invitation, because it seems like this thing is an invitation basis now, not a selection basis. It's you're getting an invite, so you can decline.
Yeah, it is. It's like
are you guys saying bye, Hetty?
Yes.
Let me tell you this here.
Yes.
I want people to don't think that West Indies is a place that you could just come and just leave and treat like any old woman that you don't care about. West Indies is not your whore.
Oh,
and these boys be treating West Indies like a prostitute. We love we cricket, we love we team, and you stop treating my team like if you could just, because let me tell everybody something. I respect banners making the money, and I said this here. Anybody that migrate out to the West Indies would do the same thing them by doing. You understand? But at the end of the day, when it comes to if you get a call, we're gonna play them stupid T20 league. I might make a money, but I understand. Not for them thing, the man. If IPL and IELT and them kind of thing with banners really pay you and Big Bash, I could understand. Even the stupid one by UKF he was playing this summer. The America one, this get paid. You understand where team and them make some noise. So apparently they get some money. Yeah, I understand. But not them thing about I don't able something. But
Gentlemen,
so that's why I said sorry,
uh,
Sam. That's why I said I went off on the tangent. Is that if that Darren Sammy should rest the boy next week because let him think that he should not just walk into West Indies team. Sammy like you get come off them, but him listen not care Sammy.
Sammy's frozen right now.
Yeah.
So
we understand what I'm saying, Kevin. Right?
yeah,
That's why
I get what you're saying. I absolutely get what you're saying. We still have to maintain a certain level of quality. You understand me? And in order to do that, sometimes you got to realize when players are not performing well, you have to be willing to say you're gonna take a seat. Not because you playing in the big T20 leagues around the world or whatever the case it might be, and you're in demand, means that you can think that you are entitled to a spot. You understand?
So I saw what I say, it sounds harsh, like with a healthy mind. But I mean, like as you said, if he shows the commitment, like everybody deserves grace in this life.
Yeah, but how much grace is West Indies? Like,
yeah,
we have extended a lot of grace to Shimron over the past few years, right? We have extended a lot of grace. Now, I don't know whatever his circumstances, but when the coach comes out and says, I invited Shimron to come and play with us, and Shimron said no. You understand me?
Yes, it's kind of sad where that's concerned. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess he should probably do what like if a fella come and do what Nikki P do, I was like, okay, dude, then you make a decision. Like I'm telling you, if I'm mad, like I am quite comfortable with the decision that Nikki P, even though I might say one or two things in joke, that is his life.
It's his
He
life.
made that
I
decision.
don't care. You understand me? He has free will, right? If he wants to play for West Indies or he doesn't want to play for West Indies, Nicholas Pooran has free will.
Do I have my opinions? Yes, but that is his life.
But right now, I am thinking about what's in front of me, and that's Akeem Auguste. You understand? That's Amir Jangu.
Yeah.
You understand me? That is what Alec Atenes, right? These are the three men that have came out of this T20 series with decent scores, right?
Yeah.
Even though
Atenes
has to figure out, is his approach, because today once again his approach lacked any thought.
Yeah. And he's so immensely talented. Like
yes, he is. Right.
And Sam is back. Like at the end of the day too, like I see, like even with a Rutherford, yeah.
Yeah, blackout again.
Yeah,
I figured that much. I figured that.
Yeah. And it's so Sammy jump back in his point. I really would like Rutherford to get back some form. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know what's going on in his head. That's why, as you said, I don't know if it's the episode before or even a previous episode, that Rutherford needs to just relax, just to think about the game. And sometimes the best thing to do in those it's still not play. It's not you dropping him in. I would never. I would be so mad at Sammy if Rutherford doesn't play. Because he is a destructive batsman and he showed, but what I don't see in him is that he had this, like I want to prove everybody wrong. And the body language, and I don't, it seems more, he seems that he's more lackadaisical, more relaxed. And sometimes I think that pressure needs to get back on him. And that's why I would drop him. Sammy, you were saying if you're back.
Yeah. Well, let me start with Hetty. A couple of weeks ago, I took Joshua to start playing, took him to the coach, campion coach, and say, here what? I know what the coach said. He said, he must have fun doing this thing, right? This thing is about fun. So when I think of Hetty, one of the things we got to not forget, is that it's not only about the money. These guys have fun playing cricket.
Yeah.
Making the money balances it out. Also, Hetty is a family man. So we can see Hetty go to New York and play in some whatever thing and we feel, no. Going to New York is also good for the family, is my view. I don't follow Hetty page, I don't know, but that's my thinking, right? And further to that is that easy, in 5 hours, you're home, When you go to New York, you go to Florida, in a few hours, you're home. When you go all the way out to India, it's a much longer time and all of that, right? So I leave it as that, right? I do agree with you, though, that, Sammy has got to do what's best for West Indies cricket. Good? And so a conversation needed to be had with Hetty. I don't know, maybe they've had conversations before. I don't know. But I think earlier this year, we were happy with what Hetty was doing in terms of his white ball cricket. Right? During the summer, was it?
There was some form shown. He was in Major League Cricket and he had wrapped up a couple of 50s.
There was some promising, right? Yeah. So anyway, we gonna move off of that. Y'all know my position on Hetty. I'm neither here nor there, right? Hetty living his best life. Let a man do him thing. When it comes to Shorefin Rutherford, Stayman remarked to me this afternoon, the man says a full tour, and I said to him, yeah, Merry Christmas, New Zealand, cricket. Hey, we got what? 5 T20Is, 3 ODIs, and 3 test matches, plus a tour match or something like that.
Yeah.
Why is that important? I would rest Shorefin Rutherford for at least the first 3 T20Is, unless something goes wrong, God forbid, injury, what have you, to some player, right?
I'll give him a break.
So we got time. We got enough matches. Let him go to New Zealand. Let him enjoy the beautiful boy. New Zealand really beautiful,
Yes,
I need to go there one of these days, right?
Yes.
Let him just relax. If there's somebody there that can talk to him, let him just chill or tar off, as we saying. Let him tar off for the first 3 T20Is. Match 4, match 5, we can bring him in. Depending, of course, on how things are going with the series. Well, not about the series per se, but with the other players, right? Because if a particular player in form, do we then, But I would say definitely he doesn't play the first 3. Consider him for 4 and 5 in terms of the T20Is.
He has struggled more or less in the last few months in T20 cricket more than he has in one-day cricket.
In ODI, yes.
Right? So I would look at it as you take him out of the limelight for a little bit. Let him get a rest. Let the mind, recuperate. And T20 4 and 5, he's back there. He's getting back, into the stride of things. Boom, we into one-day cricket. That's where he's been proficient and prolific. Let's hope that he gets back to scoring runs again like we've seen over the past year.
And with ODI, he has time or has more time.
Exactly.
T20I, you're always scoreboard watching, especially if you're batting second and So yeah, man, the ODIs would give him time to play himself in. Boy, but the black caps. And by the way, this black tonight is not any.
I just got to ask you because them man got England. Just now I checked them man got England 17 for 3 or some magic like that.
Boy, Stevon expressed some worry today.
69 for 5 right now.
Stevon said, boy, you expect blows. West we got.
But honestly, I expect some licks in New Zealand.
Gentlemen, when you say licks, what do you mean? Me talking about winning or losing, you know. Winning or losing is rum shop talk, right? It's how
you lose or you win.
How we play. All right, forget about lose. How we play the game. Are we competitive enough? Right? Are we playing in the V?
What?
Yeah.
We go over to New Zealand.
Pun intended.
We go over to New Zealand. I want to see competitive cricket. You understand me? I don't want to see people giving their wickets away stupidly because we have a penchant for giving our wickets away. A lot of matches that we play, the bowlers don't earn our wickets, and that is what saddens me. You understand me? Whether it's test match cricket, one-day cricket, T20 cricket, these wickets are not earned. It's given, it's gifted. I want to see bowlers earn their wickets, earn West Indian wickets. You understand me? I want to see if we go down 2-3, a couple of batsmen knuckle down and bring things back. Leadership, that's what I want to see, right? If we play in T20 cricket, Shepherd is not running and because we ain't taking wickets, he start leaking runs and going and looking for things. Sometimes you just got to keep it simple, right? True. Sometimes you got to keep it simple, and I want to see the guys do that. Apply the basics, not because it's T20 cricket, not because it's one-day cricket. The basics are still needed, and it's going to win you games. So those are the things I'm looking for. I know it's going to be a tough ask in New Zealand. It's going to be, right, as England are finding out right now. And England got Harry Brook and all these people. Just Butler and all these people.
Harry Brook is my boy, man. I like the high back lift.
Yeah, Harry Brook just made 135 out of England make 221 or something like that 2 matches ago. It seemed like he was batting on a different pitch than everybody else.
I think it's because Butler in the farm. I think it's Harry was saying that in one days, and even though the grade year route, what he said, basically what in one days, England Harry, two Harry Brook dependent.
It seems like they've gotten there. Anyways, fellas, that was a wrap for the T20 series. You know, West Indies wrapped up things 3-0. I'll say this before we go. The pitch that we played on wasn't any pitch that you can get away from anybody on.
Yeah.
They weren't 220, 240 pitches or even 200 pitches, right? But to see we played the conditions and make it work to our advantage, that is what impressed me. And, you know, going over to New Zealand, I hope the guys do same, right? I hope the guys do same, understand the conditions and make it work for us. So, well done once again to the boys. Keep pushing. We're gonna see y'all back next week. The first T20 is on the 5th. If I'm not
correct.
Yep.
Yeah, November 5.
Yep. Match starts at 1:15 a.m. That's what, Wednesday morning. Jesus Christ. Woo! I gotta see how I'm gonna work the one out by.
Good luck to you on that.
If I wake up on West Indies and not batting, I'm going back to sleep. Here's what's gonna happen. If I wake up on West Indies and not batting, I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah.
Anyways, y'all see me smiling like this.
We know you get
baseball. The man get converted, boy. I never thought I would see the day this man into baseball.
I know, right?
I the bandwagonist right now.
I'm glad you mentioned that, this week, Mason and Guest, it was all about Jamaica because of
current situation.
Right, and a comment was made that Jamaicans like their teams when the teams are winning. So if West Indies goes on a winning streak, you won't believe that a few months ago, Sabina Park was, it's hard to get people in there. Everybody gonna be on the bandwagon. That's that's a comment, and it's not the first time I heard a comment. When Greg was here, we heard that very comment from.
You know what I would like to see? I would like to see Jamaica do well in the Super 50. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah,
I would like to see Jamaica do well in the Super 50.
Well, let's see, especially now with this, this situation is serious, really.
The country needs a lift. From various different areas. It needs a lift, right? And I think that would go a far way.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we see.
We gotta run. I gotta run.
Yeah. I gotta go and pray for light come back.
Go Blue Jays.
Go Blue Jays.
Right now, Malaka's playing, so I'm going to see what's going on there.
Go Blue Jays. Tonight. It looks like tonight.
Yeah, the city of Toronto celebrated.
Yeah, I glad this one place. I glad I there far from downtown. The last time we went to basketball, people thought over a police car, so people jump on top of police car, and I don't lie. So anyway, good night.
Good night, fellas. Good night.
Yeah.